Hello everyone, welcome back to more Dominion Online. Let's see if we can find a match here. A lot of people in queue. But I guess no one to match against, huh? All out of my rating range? Because I have this -5? I mean, I think when when I started doing these videos, was I in the 30s? So I was matching people down in the 20s? Oh, does this tell me anything? Yeah, it pops up alright, well, we found a match. So, what's in this kingdom? What's a hunter? Draw an action, a treasure, and a victory if they're in your top 3. Okay. Okay. So, no villages except for Crossroads, which is a pretty small-time village. There's decent traction with Bounty Hunter and Temple. I'm a little interested in, like, Fool's Gold with Astrolabe or Pawn for buys. Right? Like, what if we just bought Astrolabe Fool's Gold with our opening? Or maybe we could Astrolabe Bounty Hunter so we can at least clear out some of the junk. Maybe even Astrolabe Temple? They don't need the non-terminalness and points are kind of nice. Let's try Astrolabe Temple and then try to just swallow all of the Fool's Golds. Temple will also help with potential Charlatan attacks. I guess this sort of precludes later buying Journeyman or something, or makes it less good anyway. Do you get any money for this? You don't, huh? But I still have one from this, so... Let's double trash and buy a Fool's Gold, please. Opponent also bought 2. Yeah, so... We're both on the Fool's Gold plan, with Astrolabe for buys. Opponent took Bounty Hunter, which is giving them more money. I feel like you don't really need that when you just want to buy Fool's Golds. But, okay, they're going to get Charlatans. Alright, I can get 2 more Fool's Golds here. Or I could pick up my Journeyman. I think winning the split is pretty important. This is my 5th, right? So this would be number 6, I think? I shouldn't have that much trouble getting a Journeyman later if that's what I want. But getting a Fool's Gold later might not be an option. And I think here... You just... Oh, right. I have $1. So... Fool's Gold Silver is probably better than Journeyman. I feel a little bad letting my opponent get the temple points. I always forget that, like, that's a thing you can do. Ew. Double Journeyman, maybe? No, Hunter. Hunter. This is $7. 6 is no worse, so I may as well trash a copper. $7 again. Little rough. How do I have 10 points? Oh, temple chips. So I still have 1 estate. No. 2 estates? Because I have a curse, right? I guess I must have 2 estates. Maybe that's too many journeymen. I don't know. Maybe underappreciating Hunter. Like, it is a non-terminal, which is cool. Yeah, I mean, keeping Fool's Golds is great, but this hand was going nowhere. Oh, I had a curse. I guess I could have bought a silver? There is a downside. Like, even if you could just turn a Fool's Gold into a gold, like, you don't always want to do that because 2 Fool's Golds is worth more than 1 gold and 1 Fool's Gold. I don't know. I don't like how this is going. I don't think I want any of this. I mean, Crossroads is okay, but I think it's more likely to be drawn dead off of... Actually, you know what? I will take a Crossroads. It might be drawn dead off a Journeyman, and that would be sad. But it also, like, even if I don't have a Journeyman in hand, it's going to draw me cards for the green that I have in my deck, right? I can't afford to put away any of these, sadly. I don't know if I should want to, but I can't. I think my deck is so bloated I could happily take... I don't know, I think these Crossroads are horrible. I don't have much green yet, right? I have 3... This is... I just need a copper, so I will not be naming copper with Journeyman. I'll be naming Estate. But opponent seems to have, like, an actual engine that's doing something. It's pretty bad news for me. Oh. I have buys here, huh? Or I have an extra coin, so I already have 8. Maybe I could name copper then. Although it looks like I'm going to lose regardless. I don't know. Like, I think I have 2 estates left apparently, and the number of coppers I have is not that huge because I've trashed a fair few. Plus, they would be more useful to draw than the estates. I think I'm naming estate. That's pretty bad. They should buy a province, I think. There's no way I'm getting province duchy on my turns. I don't even have... My buys are not in my deck. I guess maybe I could temple somehow? I think we just have to keep this Fool's Gold. A lot of money. Buy the province and lose? I'd rather not. We're going to buy the duchy and lose instead. Okay, this is a province if opponent doesn't win before that. Although province still loses. Alright, let's just give up. There you go, you can't buy the last province, you jerk. Rematch? Okay. Okay, I vaguely remember what Chariot Race is. I know Guard Dog. They play an attack. What is a dismantle? Trash card, if it costs 1 or more, get a cheaper card and a gold. Interesting. Baker opening, so we have a coffers already. Barge. Now or at the start of your next turn, 3 cards and a buy. Interesting. Okay. So there is draw. Guard Dog, Shantytown, and Barge all draw. Razed could draw if you were really desperate. There's buys, right? Barge and Farmer's Market both buy. Chariot Race just gives you money and a point, right? The village is Shantytown and only Shantytown, right? This gives you coffers? Yes. Opponent buys a raise. Interesting. Is that the only trashing? No, there's dismantle. But raise is better at trashing estates. Well, I don't know. I mean, raise is non-terminal, which is pretty important, right? Modify, I think, is the trasher I would rather have. But opening villain is also tempting, of course. I'd much rather be player 1. Getting my stuff villained. Yeah, villain seems really important to open with. Because you're going to have so few good cards at the beginning of the game that having one of them discarded is just brutal. And to go with that, you want something non-terminal. So either like Shantytown, Silver, or Raise. Opponent picks up a Barge. I mean, I guess their Raise dodges my villain, so that's kind of funny. Guard Dog protects against the villain, but it still seems good. I think I need a Silver. I don't want a Raise, I want Modifies. I just wasn't willing to prioritize them. And now a Shantytown as I'm trying to, like, I don't know. I guess it doesn't make much sense. As I'm buying more actions, right? But, like, Modify is non-terminal, so who cares? And Shantytown Villain is not a combo at all. Because there's no other terminal to play. At the moment, anyway. So let's spend 1 coffer on another Shantytown, I think. If 1 was wrong, 2 must be right. Now I can get my Modify. What did they hit with Chariot Race? We both revealed copper, okay. Obviously, I'd like the Barge or the Farmer's Market for buys. But I don't think it's that high a priority, necessarily. Opponent has 4 Chariot Races, which is kind of nuts. I think it's probably better than Silver. Maybe I was supposed to be buying this instead of Silver all along, but no, I wanted to get some cool 5s. This is the first time it's hit for them. Okay, that's gonna hit. Oh yeah, the card on top of my deck is a copper. So, right. If you can find a copper on top of your opponent's deck, it's gonna hit every time. Unless you have copper as well, of course. So, now I need that Barge, I think. Or another Modify. Let's get these coppers out of the deck. Because they're really killing me with Chariot Races, right? Hey, I beat their Raise. Very cool. And 1 more Modify? Denied. I feel like if you let an opponent have 10 Chariot Races, you're probably supposed to be sad, but I don't know, maybe not. I really need to get rid of these coppers. Okay, opponent has piled chariot races. They're gonna get a lot of points, I assume. Did I end up buying a barge, or did I just get more modifies? I did buy a barge, okay. Well, I guess a thing about chariot race, right, is that it's a source of alternate VP, which is important for trying to play an engine, right? If you just kind of have an unlimited source of VP, the province player needs to rush down provinces pretty quickly. Here, I'm the province player, right? I have no choice. And so I have to get rid of them fairly fast. Cards are raised, okay. I'm gonna grab a shantytown. Is there any way I can influence what's on top of my deck? Not really, right? Aside from, like, having no cheap cards in my deck. That would do it, obviously. I'm gonna play the shantytown here for actions, I guess. And then well, that's not... I could modify copper, trashing, and drawing. I guess I'm doing that at... Ah! No, undo. Sorry, I didn't mean to play that. Thank you. Now, how about dismantle? Dismantle could start, like, trying to remodel stuff into province, right? I think that's actually kind of good. Right? My modifies and my dismantles are going to have to be the way that I win. To gain provinces quickly. There's a lot of stuff in this kingdom that cares about the costs of cards, isn't there? Chariot race, raise, dismantle, modify. Okay, so opponent spent that whole turn and gained a silver. We like when turns like that happen. Well, I've done a better job of thinning out my deck. You want a guard dog? For draw, sure. Not for the reaction, probably. Ha! Got him! I forgot. They don't have 9. They don't have 10 chariot races. They have 9. Huge difference, of course. I could modify the villain into gold. I think that's... Well, either way, I guess I'm not getting draw here, right? I could... Right, I could Shantytown. No, even if I Shantytown and trash one action, I would still have to play 2 before I could play the third. So there's no way I could get any draw off of Shantytown. Cheaper card and a gold. Okay, let's not modify anything, I guess. Oh, wait a minute. I can draw a card off of this without trashing anything. Next. Oh, wait, this gives cards. I thought it was coins. Right. How about next turn, though? This turn's just going to be a nothing turn, if that's okay. Ta-da! Oh, very funny. I think I need more dismantles to give me golds. Oh no, it's an estate! Disaster! It had to happen eventually. Okay, at least they didn't get to play 9 chariot races. Oh no, maybe they did. Yeah, I think they're about to. That's 9 chariot races, mostly hitting my estate. Well, mostly winning against my estate. That's their whole deck. Okay, you know what? I think I can give up, right? Maybe I don't have to. I still have 3 estates? Good heavens. Well, that discarded really fast. Is that their only expensive card? I'd be quite surprised given their deck. So dismantle the silver into a raise. And I guess just buy nothing here. Unless I want a guard dog? I don't think I do. I'm not sure what I should learn about Chariot Race from this game. Like, it seems like it's performing pretty well here. But... is it? I mean, I don't know. It's giving them 19 points. That's pretty good. Okay, we Shantytown. Dismantle this into another raise and a gold, I guess? And once again, I can just draw a card. I don't know, this sucks. I'm out of here. Opponent's sick of me. Fair enough. I would be too. I'm kind of sick of me as well. Ugh. So, like, I don't know. Is the lesson, like, you always have to buy a bunch of chariot races? I don't think that's a good lesson. But if you say, the lesson is never let your opponent get all 10 of them, that's the same lesson, right? The only way to stop them is by rushing them down yourself. And I'm not sure that's really the right idea. It's like, in the right deck, Chariot Race is good. What is that deck? Is it any engine deck? If so, that's pretty cool. I guess... One point about this is the speed of the game, right? How fast were these two decks? Chariot Race wasn't especially fast. It's just like, 19 points by turn 16. That's below what a big money enabler would be getting. Now, the big money enabler is going to have some trouble keeping up that pace, whereas Chariot Race is just going to accelerate. But a particularly good engine, you would skip Chariot Race to buy the engine components faster, right? And only pick up all the Chariot Races once you've got a reliable deck that's doing all the cool stuff it's supposed to do. If your opponent's big money, they haven't been buying Chariot Race, and so they'll still be there for you. And if your opponent's engine, they should be fighting you for the engine components, not the Chariot Races. So I think this is like... if there's any trashing, then 10 Chariot Races should beat big money. That's something that I think we've learned. Even if there's no enablers for them at all. You just spend $3 buying them every turn until they're gone. And you get a bunch of points because the big money player still has a bunch of coppers and estates in their deck. They did also have some enablers, right? They got barges to buy more. That's cool. I don't know. My deck didn't really do anything. Villain was way, way worse than I thought. I had dreams of, just... there's only one good card in your hand, villain makes you discard it, and you just, cry and resign. But that's really only going to happen if you're player 1, and even then, it's not going to happen very often, right? And not for very long in that turn, in that game. It'll happen, turn 3, turn 4, something like that. If you get lucky, you'll deny them a turn. After that, it's just yeah, they don't mind discarding one card. They are building up some draw. Your coffers aren't really doing anything. So I think Villain was terrible. I think a Modify would have fit a lot better to help me really get rid of those coppers faster. A lot faster. One early Modify... it trashes coppers when you play it, and it thins out your deck so you can play it more often, right? So by the time I got my Modifies, I think I didn't really have enough... I had too much junk in my deck. So, I don't know. I think that was... The two biggest mistakes that I made were ignoring Chariot Race and getting Villain with my 5 instead of Modify, I think. Oh well. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.